Hello.
Hello, Bryce. Rowan from Silver Tiger
Hi.
Media. How are you?
Hey, good, thank you. I can hear you now.
Terrific. I'm sorry I had some trouble getting through there. I do apologise.
No problem. Thanks for calling.
It's great to speak with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Absolutely. Is it clear, or is the background noise really loud, or is it okay?
No, it's just perfect. Thank you, Bryce. Can hear you brilliantly.
Great.
Now, I realise it's a few years ago now, but how did you first come into Lifehouse in 2004?
Yeah, kind of a long story. I moved to Los Angeles when I was 19 to just pursue music, and got in a couple of bands down there, and I met drummer of Lifehouse's brother, Sean Wolstenholme, and he recommended me to the guys in Lifehouse when they needed a bass player. And just went in and met them, and we had some margaritas and hit it off right away, and then the rest is history, so to speak.
Absolutely. Did you actually go over to Japan with AM radio, or did the whole Elektra Records folding sort of lead to an end before you got there?
Yes, I went there with AM radio before Elektra folded. We were touring with Weezer, as we were managed by the lead singer of Weezer, Rivers Cuomo. But it was a great experience, which kind of, opened the door for the whole Lifehouse experience. So I'm grateful I got to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, beautifully put too. Your introduction into Lifehouse reads historically like a whirlwind of adventure, straight into the band, a hit record, straight on tour. Is that sort of how it felt?
Yeah, when I joined, the band had put out their second record. I think there was a lot of uncertainty going on with what I was hearing, and we put the record out, and we started touring, and we were playing very small shows, and then You and Me hit, and I kind of got to witness what it's like to be in a band that's breaking for the first time almost. We went from very small to much, much bigger, and I kind of got to experience, I believe, at least a portion of the same excitement that I think the other guys have experienced with Hanging by a Moment. So it's been really fun, and it's still continuing to grow, and we still get along, so it's a lot of fun.
Can't ask for more. Magnificent. Your journey to California initially was a big step. Did you have some leads, or was it just a matter of get out there and see what happens?
I originally went to university in Canada, and I had a lot of uncertainty as to what I wanted to do with my life. I was studying psychology, and I thought I'd kind of get into that route, but my dad had suggested that I, take a shot and do what my passion was, and I was always great at playing bass. And when I got to Los Angeles, that's when I knew I wanted to pursue it professionally.
Oh, wonderful. How old were you when you started playing bass? Very young, as I understand.
Yeah, I came from a really musical family, but I first picked up a guitar at age 10 and a bass at age 12.
Wow, incredible stuff. I can just picture you going out to Los Angeles and into the Guitar Center and saying, this is me.
Yeah, I was pretty green back then, and but anyone is that gets in a sort of professional realm. I'm pretty grateful for how it all went down.
Indeed. And look, this is a big question, but 5 studio albums since joining and so many experiences. How would you describe the ride personally?
It's been a really nice, smooth sort of roller coaster, I would have to say, because there hasn't been any sharp peaks or valleys. It's just been kind of a constant growth. I think our fan base, was young when I started, but we kind of grew into a lot of diversity. We have a lot of older audience. We have a lot of younger audience. We have people that know us through the radio, people that know us through our music on TV shows. So kind of across the board, it's been really smooth, and we continue to grow, especially on the touring aspect. Records aren't selling like they were, 10 years ago, but we definitely see the growth with how the streaming and everything goes. We reach an audience, and we still get heard. So a smooth roller coaster, I'd say.
Oh, wonderfully put. And it is such a diverse listening group that you have now. Out of the Wasteland was almost a sound revival to back to the earlier sound. Was that a deliberate step?
I think that if we had to pick any sort of premeditated direction with this record, we subconsciously did want to reach our early fan base that got into us in the first place. So we sonically tried to push, back to what we were using instrumentally back in the day. Jason used the same guitar he used on Hanging by a Moment on the song Hurricane, so it kind of has that same tone. And so we wanted to keep that in mind, but at the same time raise the bar line like we do on every record and show growth. So I think this album has a healthy mix of both of that, the growth and the old school Lifehouse sound.
Oh, wonderful. Which you achieved perfectly. It's a beautiful album. It really is.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, just between you, me, and the rest of the entire world, do you sometimes sit back watching Scrubs or The Wild, hearing your tracks and saying, wow, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, I definitely know how many of my friends got into music and how many didn't stick around to see success with it. Licensing and having our songs on movies and television has been really cool for us, especially to reach out to the audience that we've reached through it. And, there have been moments where I've looked at to what we're doing and be like, how did I get here? Just kind of touch wood, or not touch wood, pinch myself, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little touch with reality. Yeah. You've toured exhaustively, yeah. and as you say, and far and wide. Is there a particular tour or show that really stands out to you personally of being just paramount significance?
And we've been asked this question a few times in interviews. I would have to say, and if I cut out right now, please call me back because I'm going through a tunnel. But
okay.
On the record again, I would say the Philippines has always been amazing to us. Whenever we go to the Philippines, we play arenas, usually sold out, and they're stacked for us over there. So it's definitely a market that we're grateful to have, and we're going to be going there just before we hit Australia.
Oh, tremendous. And, of course, we have the great pleasure of welcoming you to Australia in October, and the excitement is extremely evident. Are you feeling the love on social media and the like?
Absolutely. We've always kind of kept our eye on what's going on social media. I think that our fans in Australia, are really excited to see us. We were supposed to get down there a couple of years ago for a festival, and out of our powers, that kind of fell through. So now we hope that we can make up for that and, show our fans down there what we still have. And, we're really excited to get down under.
Most certainly. Of course, you personally haven't toured with Lifehouse before here. Are you looking forward to it personally?
Absolutely. I went there on a trip a couple of years ago, and I fell in love with the place and with the country. And, I'm more excited to head down there with my guys. It's going to be great.
It will be tremendous. And look, thank you very much for coming out. I know a lot of fans are extremely excited, and I can't wait to hear tracks on the new album live. And thank you for such a beautiful collection of works with the new album.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the interview.
Pleasure indeed. It's great to speak with you and look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely, man. Thank you very much.
Travel safely, Bryce.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.